In a battered city of eerily deserted streets, where most prefer the relative safety of their homes, crowds only gather where there's something to really look at. And across the road from the Al Salam Tower, its name means peace, everyone was looking up.
Well, after 2 weeks of airstrikes, there are plenty of piles of rubble dotted around the city. This is the only one I know that is 5 floors up, 5 floors collapsing down on top of each other. 12 people killed at least. There's a smell of death in the air, so there are more bodies inside. The building, an apartment block, was hit by 2 F-16 missiles last night at about 8:30.
The fire brigade has brought in an extended ladder to try to retrieve the crushed body of a woman trapped beneath the concertinaed concrete.
It was hit on the 4th floor. The bodies of children littered the front of the building, as well as body parts of men and women. This is a very safe neighborhood. There are no militants here. They are killing civilians in their own homes. It was like hell.
Like hell, indeed. This was the scene. In a city largely without power, neighbours desperately trying to illuminate the collapsed block. Tonight, the number dead, 16 and rising. Israeli forces on the ground are engaging with Palestinian militants. Here, they claim to have foiled attempted infiltrators wearing Israeli uniforms. Both sides releasing propaganda videos. In this footage, an Israeli drone has a suspect in the crosshairs. A naval missile with a camera on its nose cone hits the building. The Qassam brigades of Hamas released this video in which they launch a rocket at some Israeli soldiers in their base. Hamas also claims to have captured an Israeli soldier alive. Israel has now admitted that he's missing, but says it's certain that he's dead. The unremitting barrage of Gaza City's suburb of Shajaya has continued. Across the Gaza Strip, Israel claims to have hit 3,000 of what it calls terror targets in 2 weeks. These include, it says, rocket launch and weapons storage sites and infiltration tunnels. For Palestinians in Gaza, no light at the end of the tunnel yet. Israel says it needs another week or two. But this is what it's been like here. A mother in distress. Her son's been shot by an Israeli sniper as they fled Shajaya a couple of days ago. Here he is, the boy in the Barcelona shirt, hit in the leg and bleeding. As he hops and hobbles desperately towards safety, the shots ring out again. He makes it to his now hysterical mother. And the local hero slings him on his back. They reach a van, but shots continue to ring out as the Barcelona boy is bundled in. Israel has now targeted and destroyed 2 hospitals, Al-Wafa in Gaza City and this, the Al-Aqsa hospital further south. Direct hits on the ICU and operating theatres. Israel said the target was a cache of Hamas rockets adjacent to the hospital.
It targeted the 2nd and 3rd floors of the hospital. 4 patients were killed, around 70 people got injured. The hospital was full of children, women and the elderly.
These pictures show the aftermath of one of those notorious knocks on the roof, an F-16's about to strike. But look closely, a vehicle's been caught up in the blast. It's a truck, and on its door, 2 big blue letters. This should have been clearly visible to those targeting the building. These tankers transport drinking water to those displaced by bombing. We're in a UN-run school in Gaza City, one of 69 in Gaza, now packed with more than 100,000 newly homeless people.
Okay, but how many people live in here now? 2,000. 2,000 people. This is the school, yeah. Okay, so the UN school. And where are you all from? Are you from Bet Hanoun?
Not Bet Hanoun, they said. We're from Shajaya.
The people are right. These facilities are inadequate. Food, water, the accommodation is unsuitable. It's impossible for the UN with its funding crisis to provide for their needs. We need international support.
Any child aged over 6 in Gaza has now lived through 3 wars in their short lifetimes. Childhoods are being lost, a new generation poisoned and embittered.